secondary characters this semester through the books we've read and the films we've watched. Gerald, Aunt Queen and Angel, Jamal and Latika, Sam and Claire, Jin, Danny, Wee Chin, Monkey King, Chinky, Toby and Caroline, Precious and Miss Rain, Will and Marcus, Sonny and Julian, and Katie and Aaron. Who are your favorites and why, and what life lessons did you learn from them?
Well, I think my favorites were still Gerald and Angel or Precious. I think the reasons for their being my favorites were either like just that their stories were most relatable to us, like it puts it in a setting that like we can all kind of see, and also that like I think a lesson that we learned is some people like have it a lot worse than you, and so like even if there are certain things about your life that you think you have bad, like just appreciate what you have, because to someone else like they might wish they had those things, and I think it teaches you to be more appreciative.
I chose the same people as you, and like I like Precious so much because I feel like she had the worst situation, but she still wanted a better life for herself, and she went to an alternative school, and she like put up with her mother being abusive towards her, but like in the end she like left her mother and like to like make her life better for her and her child, and she never gave up. And also with like Gerald, like he like dealt with a lot with Jordan, but he was always like optimistic, and he always fought for Angel, like even though he like in the end he would get like consequences for that, like how Jordan would hit him back. And like I feel like they just like show like how you should always like think positive and like think for the future, and like the bad things in your life like, will eventually end.
Forged by Fire would be my favorite, and the reason I say that is because the book kind of taught me courage. Like the way Gerald acted at a young age, taking care of his younger sister Angel, and both of them, they have been through a lot, and I didn't think I could ever go through what they did. And one thing that I learned from the book is to like never give up on yourself.
My favorite was Sonny and Julian, but I think that's more so just because I really liked that movie. Because it's like, it seems like everything kind of just works out for Sonny too, but he's like funny and whatnot, and that's why he was my favorite. But I see like how everyone's saying that they really liked like Gerald or Angel or Precious just because of like how they were able to get through their really tough times. And that I do agree, like I really liked how most of these stories are kind of about these people who are not in the best situations, but they just find a way to get through them because they have to.
I agree with you, Joe. My favorite characters were Sonny and Julian as well, just for the fact that I enjoyed watching that movie too. But then after I started thinking about it, I kind of realized that Sonny was able to change into a better person, like while making Julian's life better at the same time. And that just kind of made me realize that like sometimes if you try to help someone else out, a lot of times you'll get more of a benefit out of it than they will, like just in a good way like that. And then also the fact that Sonny's girlfriend left him and then Julian came into his life, so like that kind of like taught me a lesson how like if one door closes, another better one will open, just because with Julian he was able to find his future wife too.
I think my favorite character was Sam from Hanging On to Max, because I really appreciated like how much effort and how much like how good his heart was for his son. Like he put in a lot of effort to take care of him, and like he was sacrificing so many things just to take care of him, and I thought that was like a really good show of his character. And like I just appreciated how much he cared for his son.
Yeah, going off of that, I also said Sam because he was put in a hard situation and somewhat managed to get through it. And then I also like Gerald because of everything he did to protect his sister, and that really shows that he cares about her safety more than his own.
Yeah, I chose the characters from Forged by Fire, Angel and Gerald, because their life was so hard and they did manage to persevere and like get through it and like still take care of each other. And then I also said Aunt Queen because I don't know really what it was about her. She was just like super wise and always like knew what to do and what to say and like how to get through it. And I just feel like that's just what like everyone would aspire to be. and so I just really liked her.
I really like Sam and Claire from Hanging on to Max because they both just like had to persevere through a lot and definitely are in situations that a lot of us like have never been through. But also I thought it was cool how if you like saw their lives outside of like just revolving around their kids, how like they're like still really similar to us, which I thought was really cool to be able to relate to. And then I also like Sunny and Julian and Will and Marcus because I just thought it was super cool how a kid can like impact an adult's life so much with like even though they don't realize it.
My favorite two were Precious and Gerald just because they were both so young and they had to go through so much constantly throughout their entire life. Like Gerald lost or had to leave his mom and then lost his mother figure in Aunt Queen and then had to move in with Jordan and all that. And he was still able to pursue what he wanted and protect Angel and like still be a good person. And then another character that I liked that was kind of a secondary character was Mr. Washington from that book, just because he was always so nice and he was pretty much the reason that Gerald turned out to be who he was. And then in the end, Gerald was able to be there for him when his son passed away in the accident and stuff. It was cool.
I think that was a nice part about most of these stories is like they each had a character that kind of helped them be who they were going to turn out to be. So there's Mr. Washington with Gerald or Mrs. Rain with Precious, or with Sunny and I can't remember his name. Julian. Like Julian helped Sunny. I think they all had like that character that changed them.
Yeah, I kind of like how that shows like that it really only takes one person to like make a difference in someone's life, and like that I feel like is also the message like you could be that person. And I feel like it's a message in like all the movies and like the books that we've like read this year.
I like that was the way because like the message of that was like to be yourself. Like you heard, what's his name? Marcus, his mom was like talking to him about like being yourself and like not following the crowd. And like